Alright, hey, what's up, everyone? I decided to do a little quick short about Billy Carson in one of his videos. He says the same thing that we've all been saying. He essentially states that, our mind, we are connected to the divine universe, and every thought, action, and, thing we do has this ripple effect in the universe around us. Every thought, it creates these waves, and those waves, these frequency waves, project. And after all, your frequency is going to dictate what you attract into your life. So for me, I used to be a magnet for narcissism. Like the most narcissistic, vindictive, angry, hateful, envious, that were the narcissists. These were the people that, they want to put out the fire before it starts. And they could sense potential. And of course, they want to put it out. You know, that's who I was because I was a magnet for that. Now, it didn't help that, I was born here in the United States, right? One of the most narcissistic countries on earth. And of course, I pursued a lifestyle that, was full of narcissists. Like I went to a college town, I pursued fitness, being good looking. I pursued, the life of the fast life, sex, drugs, fast money, that money comes and goes, that roller coaster. And, me having the scarcity mindset at the time, of course, I made contracts with all kinds of people and beings. I wouldn't call them people, but they are intelligences that I could not describe. One is because I'm under my contract. So, I can't be giving you all that information just out the gate. However, because of this world that we live in, and that scarcity mindset that I had, that's what I threw myself into. Don't get me wrong, like it's expensive. It costs me a lot, but I wouldn't say that I regret it. You can't regret the past. You can't live with regret because all that regret is going to do, it's going to ripple out into the universe and that's going to come back to you. Think of yourself as, this radio station, this TV channel, right? Depending on what channel and frequency or amplitude, frequency and amplitude you turn that radio to, that's going to dictate what signals you're getting, what kind of stuff you're attracting. If you go to the news station, you're going to hear news. If you go to the jazz station, you're going to hear jazz. If you go to, the hip hop or the rap or the rock or the, top 40 station, that's what you're going to get. Sure, you can have interference from time to time. We all get our interference. However, it's up to the control. So, that's about it for now. I've had moments in my life where I've lost everything and I had to rebuild it. I had to do damage control for years on end. So take this with a grain of salt, take everything that I say with a grain of salt. You shouldn't just worship me or see me as, whatever, although I'm right. I'm right because I have experience and I have the knowledge. More so, I have the experience. I have seen, done, witnessed. I have lived, the life of those that, some can only dream of. Some couldn't even imagine. They would have no concept of what it is. But that's about it, guys. Take care. I'm going to be finished explaining for now. So the explainer is signing out.